welcome back. I'm sorry, this is a normal game?
It is.
Okay, I've just, in thinking of this sound that I'm gonna have you do, I totally blanked on whether what it was or not. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's another normal game sent in by the fans to Lifesaglitchtv@gmail.com. We got another banger lined up, I'm sure. We'll find out when we get there, but before that, Mr. Maximus Black.
Yup.
Hit me up with the sound of Jennifer Lawrence in the Hunger Games if the Hunger Games just took place inside of a food court.
I sign myself up for tribute. That's all I know from the Hunger Games, and I don't even think I did that right, but I'll take it.
I was hoping maybe we bridge the gap there and do like maybe a fast food version of the Hunger Games, because up here in the top right we have Fat Lawrence. It was a stretch. There's not a lot to work with these names today. It was a bit of a fucking stretch. Fat Lawrence up the top right, the bottom left we've got oh god, that is
I'm going with
how do you pronounce that fucking word?
Emperor.
Is it,
I'm going with Emperor. That's
is it
what I see.
Eypor? Is it Eythor? Or I can't remember how to fucking I don't know with it. Call him whatever you want. I'm gonna call him I.
Alright, I works.
Yeah.
That works.
That might change as the cast goes on, you never know. But for now, it is a normal game. It is very normal. We have a double expanding Jennifer Lawrence in the top right to a single expansion from I in the bottom left, as you might imagine. Let's, you know what, Jeff? Let's talk about the game, because it only took a month and change. About 6 weeks before people started to bitch, whine, and moan about us talking over top of the game that's happening. So Jeff, in your opinion,
I don't give a
in your opinion, it's a PVC. If you're Jennifer Lawrence and you're hungry, how are you coming out of this one at a PVC?
The only way I'm coming out of this one is via NordVPN. Head on over to nordvpn.com/OTT. Get yourself a 2-year subscription, and when you use the promo code OTT, man, you're going to get 4 bonus months plus a heck of a discount. If y'all want to support this channel outside of hitting the like button, which, by the way, some of y'all like, some of y'all don't like, too bad. There it is. Check out NordVPN and hit the like button.
Jesus.
I don't. Hey, it is.
It was exactly as low quality as I expected, and I think it makes it better that it's low quality.
It has to be. It has to be low quality, Adam. Come on now.
Well, before
and you know
this
what?
game continues.
Well, what I was gonna say is those videos have got a good 40% more likes on them. And I've had several people mention that YouTube algorithm is starting to show them LAGTV again, Adam. It's almost like there's a method to my madness.
What? The people have spoken!
Huh?
The democracy says the shitty like button fucking animation stays!
Yes! Yes.
The people also say, what esport game do you think is most fun to be a professional in, and what is the worst one?
Ooh, the worst esport game. Oh.
Coming in from Yano.
Ooh. I would say
the best one. I think the best. Here's a fucking weird answer for you, Mr. Black. All right,
okay.
The best one, League of Legends. It's fucking huge. It's international, global fucking phenomenon. Even in its current bastardized state, it's just enormous. You step out in a soccer stadium, or a European football stadium, in front of like 50, 60,000 people, that's gonna get you fucking going. All right? Right. That's just the way that it is, okay? The worst one, it's also League of Legends.
That's a good answer. You know, I'll switch it up. I'll say the best one will be Dota 2, because the prize pools are insane. So, like, if you're a god...
The international's nutty.
There is some money to be made. We got a Zealot coming up here. And the Lings are going to take it out without it getting much of any scouting information. So well played there by Fat Lawrence. And the best... You know what? I hate to say it, man, but I actually think it's probably League of Legends for the reasons that you said. You know? It is what it is.
It's just the way it is.
It is what it is. If it was 2012, 2013, I mean, it's StarCraft all day. You know what I mean? But it's
You know
not
what I
anymore.
think the actual answer is? The worst one? You know what I think the actual answer is? I think it's Call of Duty. It's the most, like,
Ooh,
disorganized,
yes.
but yet still highly competitive fucking esport. And everyone always, like, nobody likes it. The players hate it. The people running the esport hate it. I'm pretty sure Activision hates it. So, but yeah, it's still there. And so I'm gonna say it's probably Call of Duty is the worst of all of them. But for the meme, it's definitely League of Legends.
All right, well, it looks like our Zerg here is grabbing the Spire, so it's going to be going some air. Still expanding, doing a good job at spreading out those creeps. In the meantime, Protoss here really fast-teching right into Archons. I don't know if he got Psionic Storm. He did not, so looks like it's going to be a charge lot, Archon, 2-base, all-in timing push here. Unfortunately, that Ling just got the information, and he is heading out there with the probe. The crappy thing is this probe is going to put down a pylon, but you're going to slowly warp in. So unless you put a gateway up there as well, I would have preferred to have seen a robo go down and get yourself a quick warp prism. So not only will you be able to pick up these Archons when they're getting wrecked in the front, then you can drop them in the back. But that's not the case. Lots of Lings here, and this isn't going to work out. He's going to lose all of these units very quickly with taking next to no damage. Hatchery stays up, Pylon goes down, loses the charge lots and the 2 Archons. Probe is going to get the demise in the end, and just like that, Fat Lawrence has taken a fat lead in this game.
Oh, and I took a fat L in that fucking engagement. Holy shit, you never thought that Zerglings could be so friggin' terrible, but here they are. They absolutely ate that shit up like nothing, and now clearly, you have to run down and see if you can get in. Of course, he's not going to be able to do that. But what he does know is that if he looks just a little bit more, which he doesn't have to the left of him, but maybe a bit to the southeast, he knows this Protoss is basically on 2 base, and he's this far up the tech tree, which means he's got some time. He don't have to fucking worry too much about it right now. He just killed all of those units that the Protoss teched into so quick. He can get some Muta out, and it might be time for some harassment, Mr. Maximus Black.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's going to be harassment at this point. It just could be death. He keeps warping his Archons out in the front, and he can't even make his way into the base. Well, now that I'm saying that, he's making a fool of me by killing off these pylons so that he can sneak in these Archons back and forth. But Mutalisks are going to be able to just, like, wreck these mineral lines. These Archons are slow. There's lots of buildings in the way to kind of, like, run around. And it looks like he's actually just going to leave the base. Now he's grabbing a third, which, you know, I don't really hate at this point, but it's like the damage has been done. This was an all-in timing attack that just did not work. He lost this many units twice already when the Zerg maybe lost, I don't know, maybe 20, 25 Zerglings, which is really nothing. Managed to now be on 4 base to 2, only the third going up. Supplies 123 to 87. This is looking horrible for I. It's a bit of an eyesore.
Well, definitely an eyesore, no two ways around it, and I think Fat Lawrence right now, elbow deep in a double bacon cheeseburger, is considering whether or not to play with her food before going back down for the second attack. He is spotting that there was a little bit of a cheeky pylon. I think that's what that was going down there at the tower. Clears that out, and he's going down with a whole bunch of Zerglings again. And the Mutalisk, of course. This was like, back in the day, Mutaling was just absolutely torturous, and it's still pretty fucking scary if you're not ready for it. And right now, those Muta, free reign. Man, these Archons are too slow to move around through all these buildings he put down, and the Zerglings are going to outpace the Protoss.
Yeah.
This is tough.
You can't... This is the biggest mistake you can make as Protoss. When you're just not ready for the Muta, he really needs to just go and counterattack. The vast majority of the gas is right there with the Muta. You know he's only going mass Ling with Muta now. Just go and force the Mutas to go home. At most, the Mutas will stick around, kill off the pylon so you can't warp any, kill off the mineral line. The Muta's not going to go in after these Archons, so it's going to stay down there regardless. All you can really do is this. Go at your third, build as many cannons as you can, recall the probes over, and start mining, and pray to God you can do some sort of base trade.
Yeah, that's why I think if he went for the third base, it would have been better to put it just a little bit further away so that that recall would have maybe been a bit more effective. He does seemingly get something going there, but he lost a lot of shit, and this is pretty much going to be I's ability to make the most of these units versus Fat Lawrence's micro capabilities as they one-hand the burger and one-hand the mouse.
Well, he should have just killed off that hatchery. I don't know why he left it there. He could have at least split the Zealots, just brought the Archons up. The Mutas are actually taking this fight, which I really don't agree with. The Mutas should just be kind of fucking off a little bit. Well, it looks like it's actually working out for him. Are these upgraded?
They're not fucking in, they're fucking
Oh
on,
my
Mr. Black.
Goodness, okay, well, I guess he did a good enough job at spreading those Mutas just a little bit. Those Archons did not do as much damage as I thought they would. And, well, I guess it makes a fool out of me yet again and manages to clean up that army pretty easily.
Yeah, well, what do we got back? Can we take a look at Eye? He's got more Zealots coming. Has he gone back to mining? So he does still have some mining going on. Clearly, he doesn't have a food cap space issue anymore. Those Muta picking up on those Zealots real quick. I don't agree with sending another patch of like random Zealots up here. They weren't going to do anything. But at this point, you know, I hate to say it, as much as I'm scared to say it, that Fat Lawrence is about to run away with this, just like they're running away with their caloric intake for the day. But you never know who's gonna throw on LAGTV. I've just learned to not say anything, just keep my mouth shut, and maybe Fat Lawrence does win. But maybe I forces Lawrence to go on a fucking diet and he takes this dub. I don't know. At this point, I just want to sit back and watch the madness because you know something stupid's gonna still happen.
I like the fact that he is taking these up now that he knows the Mutas are back. And he should really just be focusing down on this hatchery to get rid of it. He got rid of the main hatchery as well. He is going after drones. I do like that, but at least keep one Zealot there to just start hammering down on that. He's got tons of Zealots up here. If he just goes after these hatches, all he's got to do is worry about now. You do not want to take that with 4 Archons.
That's bad. Don't ball up on that.
Exactly. No. Yes. You do not want to go after that. And the Mutas are retreating, and this is crazy, but he's actually doing a pretty good job here with just these Zealots. Got rid of a lot of drones, and let me take a look at what do we have here. Only 12 drones on the map to 24. For Eye, 80 supply to 66. I think if he can just get some cannons down here and hold it with a couple of Archons, he's got a small chance at him as if he can keep harassing to turn this game around, but it is still in Fat Lawrence's bag here with how many hatcheries he has up.
Yeah, well, as it turns out, it's still pretty potent to have that many Muta flying around the map. It was smart, though, Eye getting up there after the Muta were gone. The first round of Zealots. Oh, these are pickups again.
Yeah, but he is going to start spreading them out.
This is smart. Yeah.
Well, he's not going. He's not going after
keep the Muta.
What are you doing?
Or he is?
Okay, he's going back now.
Or he's not?
If he keeps getting rid of drones now, Zerg is going to be in some trouble because we've got Eye back here collecting minerals, like way more. Dude.
Well, he split the Muta. He sent some back to deal with the Zealots and some down here. But these Archons are holding down the fort. You are not walking through that door.
No.
That's the fucking Jenny Craig spokesperson making sure that you're holding tight to your fucking points for the day.
No,
Fat Lawrence does not want to take that. No, don't.
He's gonna get rid of the Archon finally. He doesn't bring any more Archons over. I don't know why he's not running. There you go. It's like I think he's just so focused on up here. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. He's bouncing a lot of units around the map. He's just not being able to focus. He needed all the Archons over there, but I know he's trying to split so that if he does this, he can capture them between the two spots.
Good save there.
Oh, just getting that spicy save in there last second. And Fat Lawrence, all of his attention is really on these Mutas as well. This is definitely a game at this point that's turned into a micro battle as Eye attempts to save up enough minerals to maybe get some cannons, maybe build a couple extra units and survive this, because as it stands, yes, the Zerg is collecting resources, but it's almost entirely minerals. And so it's not like he's going to be able to continue to pump out a lot of Muta here. He's going to be kind of restricted to stuff like Roach and Zerglings, which I can relatively handle. But it is still a bit spicy, and Fat Lawrence still has such an enormous amount of air superiority.
Yeah, this is going to be a classic base race, I think, at this point. The Mutalisk, although it is a shit ton, Protoss now just needs to have those Archons bunched together. He cannot split 2 and 2 or 3 and 2. These Mutas are going to be able to kill them pretty quickly. But if he can keep everything together and force a base trade, Protoss will likely come out on top here because their Zerg player only has 52 minerals now that he put down this hatch down. So he knows he's preparing for the base race. Protoss has given up pretty much on all of this. He's just going to collect as many minerals as he can. Then he needs to take these probes and start scattering them around the map so that he can start putting assimilators or pylons down while the base race is happening. And I do like the fact that Fat Lawrence, he just needs to get rid of the pylons and then leave. Like, he just needs to leave and just try and pick off like this. You know what I mean? Pick off this. Back off. He needs to really micro heavy. And he needs all the muta together. He can't really have anything else because he knows that our Protoss player doesn't have much. Like, killing these gateways is going to do nothing for him because his opponent doesn't have minerals to build units. So, see, look, there's one pick off. That's good.
So I got a question, Mr. Black, as a longtime Protoss player. If you're in a situation similar to this and you do have a relative mass of Archons and you're sending them into a bunch of muta, we know the splash damage is what it makes them so effective against the muta. But do you single click all to one muta, or do you just let them do their thing?
I let them do their thing, but if they're bunched up like this, they're gonna get smoked anyway. It's just too micro. Like, if you right click on one, sometimes the Archons, when they're bunched, they'll kind of almost run around and try and maneuver to get to that unit because they get in the way, and it ruins the AoE that's going on. So you almost just A move. It's like one of those units that you A move. There are times where you do focus, but 90% of the time, 95% of the time, you're just A moving, and that's the show. Because you're actually losing more DPS than gaining it if you're trying to focus fire on a single muta. Because if they're clustered anyway. So, all right, here we go. So this is gonna be a close fight.
That's a lot of muta.
Yeah, this is gonna be a close fight. He needs to not cluster all those muta together, though. All right, he's waiting for. That's kind of a smart move. Waiting for those changelings or not changelings. What are the little? Oh yeah, those Archons are dead.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
that's tough.
So
that's emotional damage.
Yeah, you see, but the thing is, the Zerg did a really good job at picking off like an Archon here, 2 Archons here. This is exactly what I was talking about. He just needed to stay clumped, stay focused, and you know, it even could have gotten to the point where if he killed the mineral lines, like killed the hatcheries, he could just come down to his Nexus and just hold all of his units there and build probes and start rebuilding up. And the mutas couldn't take the fight. So there it is. This is going to be game.
Geez, still have a hatchery, still has 2.
Yeah.
I thought that he was close to winning that base race, just running their, running all over the map. And one, he's saying, is still technically mining to a degree.
Oh, it's game over.
Now being revealed, and that's the game. But yeah, well done. I agree. It was a situation in which, if he had held all of his Archon together, that was a way better opportunity. But I think he was so scattered, trying to figure out where is he on the map. Like you could see there, he's asking, how many hatcheries are left. He still doesn't know. He was probably still trying to find them to even know where to go and what he was really up against. And so yeah, but well done in general.
Yeah, it was
a good
game.
Considering that I basically did this timing push and it failed as miserably as it did
twice.
I think he did a pretty admirable job, of staying in it despite the fact that it didn't quite pan out. And I think Fat Lawrence did a pretty good job of not over panicking and overcompensating and sticking to the Ling and Muta. And just making it work with sheer units and speed alone. So that was well done.
Yeah, this was a solid game. I know it's so much easier when we're watching it and we say, oh, you should be doing this, and this. We got to understand that these guys are under a lot of pressure.
You're in the moment.
They don't see the other people like we see the other people. It can get intense, and base races typically are it's these small little tiny decisions that you make within it that can make or break. And obviously Protoss was on the back burner because of the failed timing attacks twice, and Zerg was really starting to get up there in macro. But like you said, I did a phenomenal job considering the position he was in. So there it is. Good game. That was solid. And the only thing everybody needs to do right now is hit that like button. Y'all know what to do. And in the comments section, you can even tell us that you did the thing. What else you got to add here, Adam?
That's right. I got nothing. All I can say is at this point, I said the word burger so many times that I feel like having a Baus burger, if you know what I mean.
Mm-mm-mm.